What up, man? Gas Inc. TV. We are in the basement again, and it's finna go down. Today we got Chucho in the house.
What's good?
What's happening, man? Appreciate you. Thank you for coming down. First off, give a shout out to our sponsor, Slum Clothing, Juice Man Juice, and we gonna jump right into it. First, let them know where they can find you on at social media.
You can find me at Facebook, Chucho, my artist page. You can find me on Instagram, Chucho_785. I'm out there pretty much on any social media, you know what I mean? Except for Twitter. I'm not really too much on Twitter.
Me either. I can't. That's too much.
Yeah, it's too much.
I mean, I got it, but don't hit me up on there because I don't even really check it. Did you give me a YouTube? Same thing.
YouTube, Chucho MWD, I believe.
Okay.
Chucho MWD, Midwest Dreamers.
All right, man. So let's get into it. So, born and raised, you are from Kansas, right?
Yes, sir. Topeka, Kansas, born and raised.
What elementary? What side? Let me ask you. What side of town?
Southeast, like south, kind of like right by 29th Cali, by the area.
Okay. I was over. That was off of California townhomes. I don't know what they call it now. Them projects right off the highway.
Okay, Paradise Plaza.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes, so you grew up on. So did you go to Belvoir? Is that the name of the school? What was the name of that school over there?
I went to Ross for 1 year, Ross Elementary, and then I went to Williams over there by Brown versus Board.
Okay, that's where my kids go. All right, so at a young age, were you into music? Were you into sports?
My pops and them, they made me play football when I was younger. I wasn't really about football. Like I'm too caring, bro. I don't want to hurt nobody. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I'm a big dude. Don't piss me off. You know what I'm saying? But it's just I'm cool with everybody. You know what I mean? But music really came when it was more like middle school when music came. Like I listened to music, I enjoyed music, I had my style of music that I listened to.
What you listened to back then? I
listened to more of like Hispanic rap. It was more like Mr. Criminal, SPM when he was out, you know what I'm saying?
If I don't know, Google him, man, because he's talking about some legend. If you don't know, Google it, get up on it, leave some in the comments. But yeah, I heard about SPM, he was dope.
Yeah, and of course there's people that like don't fuck with him because of his charges and stuff like that. That's another story, you know what I'm saying? Like
facts.
That's his personal issue. You know what I mean?
We talking about the music. Tap into it.
His music's cold. I'm not even gonna lie. You can't even say
you can't
deny it. It really can't. It was everywhere. You know.
Yep. And that was back when I heard him. That was before the internet. So you can imagine if and he's from Texas, right?
Yeah, I think he's from H-Town.
I was hearing about him up here, and he's in Texas. This is before Facebook. I think maybe American Online was. American Online I think was popping back then. But he's dope. So. Were you, was it, I don't think it was freestyling back then. Were you writing raps?
It was kind of like just like back then when it started, like, you know, when you was younger, you listened to music like artists and you always wanted to know the lyrics. Like you always want to know the lyrics, so you wrote them down, you know what I'm saying? So that's what I started at. I wanted to write the lyrics down, understand what he's saying and kind of see how he put it together. It's like a puzzle, you know what I'm saying? So you want to just see how they do it and kind of, you know, study how they do shit.
Did you change some of the words? See, me, I would do that, and then once I got the, you know what I mean, the verse, I'll put my name in it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, sometimes, sometimes you do. You know what I mean? Of course, when you're younger, you know, you want to.
That shit was big. I thought I was a shit, but.
Yeah.
All right, so middle school, did you go to, so you was on the east side, did you go to Eisenhower? Chase?
Yeah, I went to Eisenhower.
Okay.
Yeah, because my house was like maybe 3 or 4 blocks, so we would just walk to school.
Gotcha. My sister went there. I went to Chase. My son's going there next year. Did you get any talent shows?
Nah, man. I was nervous. I was too nervous. Middle school really wasn't too much. We didn't really have I think we did have a talent show, but it was more like a musical for school, you know?
Gotcha.
But I really wish like in high school I would have done my music stuff because that's when like it was like 1 foot in and 1 foot out. You know what I'm saying? Like, I can do that. You see other people doing that too, you know? You're like, I can do it. And then, never mind. You know what I mean? I should have been like that.
See, and me, I was really shy. So in middle school, I always rapped, but I was shy in the motherfucker. So the talent show, when I first did it, it was like a light bulb. I can get up there and rap and not have to worry about nobody because I'm literally on stage. When I get off stage, I can be quiet. So yeah, I would agree. If you would have did it, I think it would have opened up your eyes a whole lot more. Now, was I the best back then? Hell no, horrible. I thought I was horrible. You know what I mean? But we did it, and it did transpire into high school. I think it kept me out of a lot of trouble because I was always known for rapping. That's all I did was rap. You know what I mean? So you didn't do anything in high school?
Nah, I mean I did band. Like I was always in music. Like
what instrument?
The very first instrument that I ever played, I think it was the drums. That was in elementary school. No, actually it was the cello.
Damn.
The cello. I played the cello in elementary school. Like that was the first instrument.
Did they make you play strings before you can get in band?
No, that was an option. That was
See,
like
they made us.
I had homeboys that like got made to play the violin. They didn't.
That
like
was
that.
me. That's why I'm.
Yeah, the violin. Yeah, like homies are like when we had the choice to do other instruments, like one of my other homies, he had to play the flute. His mom made him play the flute. So you can only imagine elementary school how many
Man, they
people was
going
teasing
in.
him, bro. They
Yep.
was capping him, bro.
Yeah.
But like now, it's like I said, now him, it's total different. Like everybody sees his musical capabilities. It's
Does
like,
he still
yo,
produce? Or
Yeah.
is he? Okay.
Yeah, his name's James Lucatero, JL the Plug.
So he got into it because of that. I mean, he learned how to read music and all that type of
Yeah,
shit.
like if there's any guy that I would trust on music, that's definitely him. Because I
dope. You still
struggle
work with him?
sometimes. Oh yeah, for sure. He's one of my main producers that I work with now. It's kind of hard with both schedules, like everybody's got their own schedule to,
You try to find time to make it work.
Yup, for
And
sure.
you've been knowing him, so okay. So you knew him back in the Gap. Was he into music back then like you were?
He was more into like the musical, like we were both into like the musical part of music. We weren't really into like rapping and stuff like that, but we knew about it. We listened to radio play, all that stuff.
Haven't dibble dabbled yet.
Yeah, but like we both knew like music is like we want to do something with music. We're gonna go somewhere with it, and then it's just we both caught up. We both went to the same high schools and stuff together, and we fell off for a little bit in high school. Not in a bad way. It's just we had our own things going on.
You know thing right.
Once we came back to it, it was like, hey, this is where we need to be.
We
in it. You know what I mean?
What artist? Is there any artists that you went to high school with that's still doing music to this day that you can name?
There's a few artists that I know, like the people that I went to school with. Like, I wouldn't say necessarily because there's artists that are my age that I wish that have still kind of did music. Like some of my homeboys, like they'd still do music, but like I said, they got their own.
It's not their main focus.
Yeah, it's not their main thing. They good at it, but it's just. But the main ones that I've seen that are still going right now would probably be like Fuelo, Seuss for sure. Seuss, that's my dog. We grew up together, families.
You got some shit together. Drop that name real quick. If you got a project, a song or something.
We got a song that's gonna be coming. I think it's gonna be called. I think it's gonna be called Struggle.
Boom! Wait for it.
Struggle. Me and Seuss.
My bad, I didn't mean to interrupt.
Nah, you good? Yeah, it's gonna be coming here pretty soon.
That's gonna be hot.
That one is actually gonna be. It's gonna be old school. It's gonna be different. It's gonna be different from usually anything that anybody usually hears. Because nowadays it's more trap. You hear a lot of hats and stuff. So
a lot of that.
It's gonna be a little bit slower, but it's gonna be nice.
Okay. I had some. I went to school to quite a few. I don't know. That's crazy. But I guess talent shows weren't as big. I mean, everything repeats itself. I know when I was in high school, the talent show was the shit. Like, you know what I mean? You might not even go to school all year, but you gonna get in that motherfucking talent show. You know what I mean? Now, when did you actually start recording? When did you start taking it seriously, though?
When I really started taking it seriously, it was probably around I think I was 14 or 15. My grandfather passed away.
So and that RIP.
Yeah, I did a RIP song for him.
That's dope.
I recorded it, but I don't think I released it just yet. I kept it to myself for a little bit, and then I released.
Did you let your family hear it though?
Yeah, I let my family hear that one because that was something they knew I was working on it. They knew that I wanted it to drop.
That's dope.
I did that, and then I did my very first song was "We From the Midwest," and that's when I bought my first mic.
Oh shit!
I was 15. I'm pretty sure 15, 16 at that time.
You was getting it then.
Yep.
Okay. And you recorded yourself then? Was it a karaoke or did you have a setup?
No, it was a setup. Like my buddy, actually, I recorded on this setup, and then he ended up selling it to me. I ended up going over there to record it, and it was my homeboy named Stephen Conley. He used to rap a while ago. I think he went by Conley or something like that.
So he recorded it and then sold you the whole setup.
It was probably like a week after I recorded it, though. But yeah, he was like, as a matter of fact, it's crazy. I went to a parts store today to get a part, and his name got brought up. And he was like, you know a guy named Steve-O? I was like, Steve-O, the guy that taped himself the Billboard? Like recently,
Right.
Steve-O.
Yeah.
He was like, nah, bro, he said he helped you get started with music. And I was like, damn, that's crazy. Like, yeah.
That's crazy.
But yeah, he's the one that helped me get started with music. And then I had another homeboy, he's actually a photographer. He does videography, Zachary Woodward.
I heard his name. Is he any in Lawrence or is he here?
He's here in Topeka. He does like that Soul Fuel Media.
Okay.
He runs that. He helped me out as well, do one of my first songs as well with my grandpa, I believe.
As far as recording wise?
And he always told me, he was like, bro, you're good. And he's like, your bars are nice. He's like, just work on your delivery. And then a few years go by, I didn't really talk to him too much, but I kept doing what I was doing, and I rapped for him one time. And he was like, dude.
You got it.
He's like, you got it, man. He's
so
like,
you took that constructive criticism. Yeah, just like,
yeah.
That's what's up.
I
Some
took
people
that
get
and
mad.
went in hand. Yeah, people do get mad. Like that's why I try. Like even when like people that don't like my music, they hear it, they're like, "Oh, I don't like that." I try to be as positive as I can be because I have to understand that not everybody's gonna like your music,
Right.
especially when it came to the talk box because nobody does that no more.
Yeah, a lot of people don't. They
Yeah.
miss that.
Yeah, they missed that
I say it
era.
like that.
You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
yeah. And
Like,
if you missed it, it's gonna be hard to grasp it.
yeah.
If you ain't never heard it before. You know
And
what
it's
I mean?
cool because, like, I mean, I'm blessed to be raised in an era to where, like, I had my own style of music, but I also had, like, well, my parents grew up. They listen to all kinds of music. They listen to, like, they were more old school, like SOS Band, Earth, Wind, and Fire. You know what I'm saying?
But you
Like,
can
that
hear it in
was,
your music though.
yeah.
You can hear it. You know what I mean? If y'all
Yeah.
please, man, if you haven't, so I mean, interrupt.
Yeah,
Go
good.
check out his music, man. It's where it's at to me. You know what I mean? But you can hear that shit in your music. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
How you write, your delivery, and just the shit you talk about.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like a lot of people go with the fad. You in your own bag or in your own lane.
Mm-hmm.
To me, you know what I mean. And I met you. The first time we met was at the Truck Inn.
Yeah.
You know what I mean. And you gave me the CD. You know what I mean.
Mm-hmm.
Went home and slapped it. I was like, oh man, that shit's dope.
Yeah.
Wow, you know what I mean? And it's just because I'm so used to hearing the same normal shit. I listen to a lot of people's stuff, and I shouldn't say it. I hear a lot of the same stuff. You know what I mean? And to hear something different, it's like a breath of fresh air to me.
Mm-hmm. Well, it's like with me, like, I was one of them guys that was like, I used to get really mad when people didn't listen to it. I used to get so pissed off. Like, it would make me so
took it
mad.
personal.
I took it hella personal, you know what I'm saying? And it's like, seeing all these different artists and like how they make different music, you have to understand, like I said earlier, everybody's gonna be different. Everyone's gonna have a different taste in music. But when you start making music for yourself, it comes out differently.
Yep.
When you start making music for people, it's not gonna sound like you. And even the people that are around you, they gonna notice that. They gonna tell you like, hey, that don't even sound like you, bro.
Yep.
Like, what are you rapping
If you got
about?
some real people around you, because a lot of groups and people that got surrounded are just people and they tell a motherfucker yeah, and then you hear it. I don't know. That's just some of the stuff I
Yeah.
ran into. Like, bro, you got the wrong people around you.
Like, tell them, like, if you hear something wrong, like, hey, let them know, like, hey, there's something wrong, like, hey, or do this, add this and that. Like, I accept that type of stuff. When someone says, oh, that's trash, like, okay, that's
Well,
not a
what's
good enough
trash
reason.
about it?
Tell me
Right.
what's wrong, what's wrong with it.
You just being
So-
blunt. Let me pinpoint it.
Yeah, like, tell me what you don't like. I remember when I dropped that, there's a song, I think it was the song I did with Cam the Don.
Mm-hmm.
I hit him up, or we made the song, whatever, and this dude commented and was like, I don't fuck with it. And I said, okay, what is it that you don't like about
Right.
it? He goes, I don't fuck with the hook. I said, okay, well, this song is obviously not for you, but keep listening because I may make something that you like.
Right.
And that's all. And he was like, all right, cool.
And that's
And
what's
see,
up.
that's exactly how you need to come about it when it comes to somebody
Yeah.
talking trash or you hating,
I
whatever,
agree.
because they could come at you at a terrible way, being pissed off, and you could turn that situation around from being something that's gonna escalate something, you know.
They might be having a fucked up day and it just ain't cutting it what they hearing.
Yeah.
Now, you know what I mean? So I completely agree. Completely. What was the first project you came out with and you was like, okay.
The first project that really kind of pushed me was my ambition. When I had that one, I was like, man, I gotta get some music out. I had actually like, I was at my pop's crib. I was staying with him at the time, and I finally got a nice little studio set up. I had like red couches. I had my monitor speakers, bro. It was bro, it was lit. It was a nice. We had nice, good sessions there, bro. So like everything on that whole around that era, man, it was dope. And I was like, yeah, I'm gonna get some nice stuff out because I had the right people with me. We had everything going.
And you had
Everybody
your
was in
setup.
it. You know what I mean? So, and there was no excuse, And at that time, I think I was at that time I had a bad breakup with my ex or whatever.
Right.
And I was like all in my slums. I was all,
I
feeling
was-
down, you know
right,
what I'm
right,
saying? So
been
like
there,
I had to
right.
get my mind off things. Cause there's times where like my dad, I'd get off work at like 4 and I wouldn't come upstairs till like midnight that next day to shower or that morning to shower.
Damn. You just,
And then go to work again at the next day. You know what I mean? So like even my dad's like, you need to come up and eat or something like, and he'd have to get
but
my
you trying to
cousins
get
out.
through it. But you
Yeah.
trying to, man, I already know I'm going through that.
But I just kept pushing and got that, the music helped me out for sure. Like it's definitely like one of them things where it just blows steam off, even if it's not about like the situation that you're going through, you know what I mean?
You
It's
just get that off your chest.
Yeah.
It was my release.
hell yeah.
You know what I mean? Get mad and write a whole motherfucking song. You know?
Yeah. For sure.
Is there any advice you would give a rapper coming up, a Mexican rapper that's coming up? Any advice or anything that you can tell them that can help them in their, what they're trying to do?
Man, all I can say is just stick to what you know. Like everything, like stick to your roots, stick to the right people, Don't burn bridges. If something goes wrong, man, try to work that out because, man,
You hear that?
connections, bro. Connections is where it's at. When you connect with people, that's what it's all about. You can know Will Smith, and or somebody may know Will Smith, and you may not even know it. But if they watching you and they see something they like, don't burn that bridge.
They're gonna see something in you that you might not even see. Like you said, they might not say nothing to you, but come down the road and hey man, look. I've been watching you grind. I've been seeing what you've been doing.
Yeah.
Come on out here to Cali. What? Yeah, just come on out here. It's covered. And that's shit like that happens.
It does. It does. I have a homeboy actually right now, out in I think he's from Lompoc. He had I'm not gonna say no names, not gonna air his business out, but like he had like a major artist, like I think it was like DC Youngfly messaged him and said that I see you doing good, bro. I see you out here grinding, doing your shit, and it's like, damn, like just to know that I know that person and he knows him, you know, that's dope.
And they watch it?
They watching. I told my homeboy the other day, and this is no bullshit. Like I was just happened. It wasn't even like on Insta, or it was on Instagram, but it wasn't like I put something on my story and it wasn't like nothing special. It was happened to be like one of my songs or something. I said, you know, check it out on Spotify.
Right.
Bro, I look who's looking at my you know, Instagram story. I seen Cassidy with a check mark on the side of it. And I was like, what? No way. So I look on his profile and it's Cassidy, bro.
That's what's
and
up.
it's like, dang.
See, that's milestones.
It's crazy. You know what I mean? You never know who's watching. I had another guy, his name's Bobby Love. He's a dope singer. I found out he's Chris Brown, one of Chris Brown's writers.
That's dope.
Crazy, man. Blew my mind. Never in my life would I think anybody's watching like that, but they really are. You just got to keep doing what you're doing and maintain. And
10 toes down.
for me, like people like, I like surprising people with my music. Like people like, they like hear it and they expect a certain sound. And then when I come out with a different sound or a different way or different style, they're like, yo,
bruh,
yo.
Because people are going to, I mean, just off presence, motherfuckers will judge you. You know what I mean? And that's kind of like me. I like to, I like people to judge me if I look when I actually talk. Oh.
You're intelligent.
Wow,
you know,
yeah. Yes, I agree with you.
Yeah, you're intelligent, man. Like, man.
Fuck. Right, so, man, another question. Was there anything that was discouraging that made you rethink doing music, or maybe this might not be the right thing?
Man, that's kind of like a never-ending thing, to be honest. Gotcha. Like for an artist, it's always common for that to never be ending. Like you always get that feeling like I'm not doing enough, I'm not doing right. You know what I'm saying? So like you just have to learn how to deal with that and push through that and tell yourself that it's not going to be an overnight thing. It's not going to happen overnight. You got to realize
you might end up like 6ix9ine. That's overnight to me.
Yeah.
That type of situation.
Yeah, that's true. You just gotta maintain and keep pushing because look at how everybody else rose. You know, Jay-Z's a prime example. How old is he? And it took him how long to get to where he is, and he's doing probably one of the wealthiest people.
He's knocking at billions right now.
Yeah, so it's like it's gonna take time. It's not gonna happen overnight, and it took a while for me to understand that too, because you make music. Like I feel like a lot of artists, what they do is they're like, I'm gonna put this song out, put this song out, put this song out, and it's like, what are you gonna do with that song? You drop that on DistroKid, and what's gonna happen?
Right. No, you dropped the song, but you didn't put you just dropped it and you didn't do nothing else with it. What are you gonna drop a bag on that song? Are you gonna promo market it? It's cool to drop it, but what like you said, what's the goal with the song?
And I'm only saying that from experience. Like I'm not dissing on nobody because it's like I personally did that. I did that myself because, for instance, the feature that I got with Lil Quete, I could have done a lot more with that. I didn't do it. Why? Because I didn't have the bread.
Right.
And unfortunately, it sucks. But you know what? It's still a milestone for me because how many people in this town can say they got a feature with him? They probably could have, which is cool, but they didn't. So, but I really should have put a lot more promo into that because even himself, he just told me, stay consistent. You got to be consistent because if you're not consistent, it's not. They're not gonna know. Yeah, you're pretty much doing it for nothing. So,
and that's the biggest thing I've learned too, is just being hella consistent with anything that you do. You know what I mean? So yeah, I got talking. But now pushing on the song thing, I do agree. But that's a live and learn.
Oh yeah.
But what was it? Fetty Wap whatever song that was that blew up, he said he pushed that song for 3 years before it blew up. Never would have known that until I watched the story. You know what I mean? So most definitely, if you do get a feature or you feel like it's the one, whatever funds you can, or holler at me, I do what I can, man. But push that shit, because that's where it's at. And people aren't even selling. Have you noticed this? Okay, because you say you listen to old school music. So back then, you could buy a whole. You were going to go buy whole projects, whole CDs, right?
Yeah.
I feel like nowadays people are more so quick to buy singles than whole CDs. How do you feel about that?
I feel the exact same way, bro. Like I was talking to my homeboys the other day. They were telling me, like, are you gonna release a project? Or are you gonna release what's next? You know, what's the next step? And I'm like, man, I'm just gonna be releasing some singles, because, like you said, people like nowadays they just want to hear that one song.
That's it, and ride to.
And ride to
I'm
that
gonna slap
shit.
it, play it 10 times.
Exactly. Like that's another thing. You know, when it comes to making music, you don't want to make it too long of a song, because if you make too long of a song, people get bored of that type of stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Mind span is too short.
Yeah.
I agree.
You don't want to, and you don't want to have it too short. You don't want to have it too short, but you don't want to have it too long. Like me personally, I feel like a 2.5 minute, 2 minute song is probably almost right now.
And now that you said that the song time frames have changed. Back in the day, it'd be
3-4 minutes.
Yeah,
maybe 5.
And now, and only I brought that up because I'm looking at some of the videos and I'm like, damn, this is only 2 minutes. But when you play it, it goes perfectly with that little time.
Imagine how much money they spent on 2.5 minutes.
Right.
That's crazy. You know what I mean? You got to invest. That's what it's all about. You got to invest, because if you don't, like you said, you're pretty much doing it for nothing. You just got to keep going.
Right. So what is the last project or last single that you came out with?
My last single that I came out with, I'm actually working on it right now. Actually, I got a couple of them I got a couple in the works. You know what I'm saying? I got a couple of them, but this one song the last one that I actually recorded was called Trench. That one's gonna be coming here soon. I'm gonna be linking with my producer to have him get that top notch and ready to go. Yes. But once that goes, I'm probably gonna see. My thing is, like, when you drop music, you gotta, when it comes to like dropping it on platforms, you want to get it you want to have a good enough time to put it out. So what I may do is I may end up dropping just a random song that I have sitting around, and then just to keep them kind of, you know, at bay, get them, you know, waiting for it, and then I'll promote this one in that time frame and then drop it, because then I already have it processing through, and then it'll go through. You know what I'm saying?
So you have a little floater in there to get them, you know, bubble, and then you drop the banger next. Okay. And you said it was Trenches?
Trenches. That's the new one that's gonna be dropping probably within a month or so.
All right. What's the last video that dropped?
Last video dropped, I actually have a video dropping here pretty soon, waiting for y'all.
Within a week or two?
I'm hoping.
Okay.
I'm hoping.
Fingers crossed.
Fingers crossed. But I got this, the song called Quick to Check featuring my boy Gatto.
Quick to Check, that sounds cold.
It's, you know, you ever get in the moments and times where you just want to talk trash?
Hold on, sorry, I'm slow. The homie Gatto? Yeah. Hey, man, y'all better watch out.
No, but there's times where like you just want to talk mad trash, bro. And it's like just one of these songs, bro, is like Quick to Check. It's not like people are gonna take this the wrong way. People are gonna take it like, oh, he thinks he's badass. No, it's not that. I'm just letting people know. I'm letting off steam, and it's like, hey, don't step in my lane. You in your lane.
You got your homie out.
So, and you know Gatto, he go off. You know?
Yeah.
He go off. Oh, shit. So, you know, we about to, you know, shout out my boy Gatto. We got this shit in lock. It's gonna happen. We got this shit going.
Yes. Check it out. We're gonna whenever it drop, we're gonna put it on No Coast Midwest Mayhem. You might not have never known. Yeah, y'all better tap into that page too. Coast Midwest Mayhem. Go on there, like, do all that. Anything else you want the people to know? Anything else? Any updates? Anything like that?
Just stay tuned, rocking with me. You know, it's a slow process right now. Your boy just became a dad, so
congratulations.
This new daddy thing, daddy duties, you know, I'm taking care of it. So
it's a beautiful
I'm in here working and balancing things out, but just stay tuned to more music that I got coming. It's going to be nice. I'm pretty sure you guys are going to enjoy it.
Hell yeah. Man, tap into the channels, tap into the pages. I appreciate you for sliding through.
No problem.
Man, we're going to get back, you know what I mean? Well, thank you for coming to the Gas Inc. TV show. We are out.
Yeah. Hey, yo, what up, King Trip? Let's handle that shit. I wake up every morning, hit the road, tryna get that pay. Work a 7 to 4, I do it every day. Catch me on these beats and I ain't playing no games. These fools be tripping, always talking, but ain't seen no games. I break them off some, they ain't heard of this. That's Big Chucho from the K killing shit. We set it off though, I know they feeling it. I know they hating, but I'ma show them what they missing, bitch. We keep that shit rolled up, cause it's a part of the code. Cause when you fucking with your boys, we coming with that smoke. So don't be acting hella shady, got you under the scope. They don't believe me, so I had to go and let them know. And let's go, let them know, we let it go. We handle business and we do it on our own. We let them know, we let it go. It's the beginning and we never gon' fold. These fools they wanna copy, but there's only one me. We got the shit in pocket cause we real on me, ayy. Let them know, we let it go. It ain't shit, do it with our eyes closed.
We in this bitch like somebody whole. Let her swallow me whole. And we ain't gotta say shit, you already know. Ain't no fucking with the glow, we illuminate. And your whole squad pussy, all you do is hate. I'm feeling great, bitch, thank you for asking. Got a big old bottle of Henny and blunt that I don't plan on passing. Swear you suckers on acid, go get them screws a fasten. We so far ahead of Lambo, couldn't even pass it. You molasses, I'm player popping in Cardi glasses. All your girlfriends ugly, mine got Cardi asses. If I want it, I cash it out, you know the vibe. Hit Chucho for the work, go and tell him slime.
Let them know, we let it go. We handle business and we do it on our own.